New year, new me. Hello everyone, it's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another mukbang video. If you guys don't know, this is an episode of Munching Mondays, and Munching Mondays is my mukbang series. Mukbang is an eating show, and on Mondays I do these mukbang videos. We can eat and chat together, so if you guys enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to subscribe. Today, you guys, we are eating some pizza. Okay, we got some panago up in here. And we also have some vegan wings. Should I just open this up? Yes, I think so. New year, new me. Hello, hi. Look at this. Guys, is that not mouth-watering? So this is a medium, completely plant-based pizza from Panago. I got the meat-free pepperoni, I believe. And I also got some wings. So they also have some, I think it's Gardein wings available. So these are vegan Gardein wings. Let me just show you here. Gardein is a vegan brand of like meat-free meats, basically. Meat substitutes and stuff like that. So we got some Gardein wings and some vegan pizza. I'm so happy that now I can just order completely vegan pizzas with actual vegan cheese, because before you would just have to get like, you know, the vegetarian with no cheese, which is still good, like, don't get me wrong, but yeah. I also have this like Panago sweet mustard, which is a vegan dip, so I got that with the wings. And let's just put that there. We also have some Frank's red hot sauce on the side. And you know what? I'm actually also gonna get some sriracha because I wanna switch things up, you know what I mean? Also, I'm trying out a little bit of a different filming setup today. I'm actually not using any lights because I didn't have time to set up any lights. So yeah, this is all you're gonna get. Hopefully it's not too bad. All right, so I'm gonna start eating. I do wanna know like how many pieces of pizza I can actually eat comfortably. I wonder. Here's the first piece. So there's vegan cheese, there's olives, there's green peppers, red onion, and there's also vegan pepperoni at the bottom, okay? It's so yummy. They use Daiya cheese for this, and it's actually so good. Daiya cheese is so hit or miss. I always say this, but like seriously, on this pizza, for some reason, it's like so delicious. So, I was thinking the other day, that I feel like nowadays, veganism has become kind of, not mainstream, I don't think it's mainstream, but it's become a lot more popular. And because of this, I feel like I'm eating less healthy. You know, because that's like one of the negative sides of veganism becoming more mainstream. Because now you can get like vegan pizzas delivered with vegan cheese on it. You know? This shirt is not very good for mukbang. Before, when veganism wasn't as popular, this kind of stuff you like couldn't really even get unless you like made it at home, you know? And who's gonna make a freaking pizza at home like from scratch? Delicious. Frank's hot sauce. Frank's, hello, hi, nice to meet you. I do feel like, as much as, you know, of course I love veganism going mainstream and stuff, but now I have to be like everyone else that like has to, you know, make these choices to be healthy. You know what I mean? Serious first world problems here. So good. How many slices? Comment down below right now. How many slices of pizza do you think I can eat? Comfortably. Let's put this wing on top. Ooh. Because, you know, before, it was already hard to get like vegan, what do you call it? Vegan food just in general when you go outside. When you actually like, you know, want to buy like quick vegan food. And even if you could, it was always like, you know, something like quite healthy, like a salad or like quinoa or something, you know. And now you can get like A&W, you can get like Panago pizza, and lots of different places have like Beyond Burgers. So it's become a lot more accessible, but I think with that comes the problem of now we also have to like, you know, make smarter choices. Well, before, it was easy to make those smart choices because it wasn't even really like a choice. Like, it's not like I was like, oh, I have to like not eat this pizza because like it wasn't vegan, so I wouldn't eat it just by nature. So one of the really fantastic side effects of being vegan was that I had like just better diet without trying, if that makes sense. But now, you know, we get access to all the shitty foods too, so. I think I like the Mediterranean better though. So. Panago pizza has like a few different plant-based options for the pizza, and I think the Mediterranean is the best one. But this one's also delicious. Let's taste it on its own. Pepperoni isn't like super strong in taste. I grabbed a jar of pickles. Because, you know, Korean people, we like to eat pizza with pickles. Is that weird? Oh no, it's not just Korean people. I feel like people serve pizza with pickles because it like kind of gets rid of that greasiness. Especially after eating like a few slices. It like refreshes your palate or whatever. Anyways, so that's now one of the problems of the vegan diet becoming mainstream or becoming more popular. Eating healthy is now a hurdle. We have to actually try just like the rest of the world. And it is so hard because we are like, these foods are just like designed to make us crave them. Yeah. Salty, high in fat content, high in like refined carbs. That's why eating healthy is so hard, you know. And it legitimately is probably one of the most legitimate first world problems. And it is an actual problem. Like, it's not like a, ooh, that's such a first world problem. It's like, this is an actual first world problem, which is an actual problem. Is this like obesity epidemic? Are we gonna go there? Yeah, let's go there. Let's go there. Let's talk about the obesity epidemic. While I'm picking out on vegan pizza and vegan wings. I feel like there's two sides of the coin. Is that the right term? There's people on two different sides, right? Opposing viewpoints, if you will. One viewpoint is that obesity is a choice and that human beings have the choice to either decide to be healthy or decide to be obese or overweight. And whoever doesn't lose the weight is being lazy or has no self-control or doesn't want it enough, doesn't try hard enough, etc. There's the other side of the coin that's like, I can't help it. People that are obese cannot help being obese. There's a lot of external factors involved that make them obese, and it's pretty much impossible to lose weight. I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle where I'm like, I get both sides, and I think both sides, it makes sense on both ends. Let me take a bite. Now, I think number one, I'm not even sure that I believe in the concept of free will, at least 100% free will. The idea that like we all have free will to decide what we want to do with our lives and what we decide to do with our lives. On the surface level, it looks like we all have free will, and that, you know, for example, I didn't have to order this pizza and wings. I could have eaten, you know, a salad or, you know, avocado on toast or like whatever. But I decided, I chose to order this. And the people that are, you know, having issues with their health, that they can choose to not, you know, be unhealthy. And, you know, people that are bumming around, doing nothing with their lives, they can choose to work. People that are, you know, drug addicts, they can choose to not be drug addicts, all this stuff. But is that really, I don't think it's that simple, you know? So yes, technically they can choose, but where would they, you know, how were they brought up? You know, what kind of values were they brought up with? Were they brought up in a healthy family or a dysfunctional family? Do they have issues like that they haven't solved, that they haven't resolved? I mean, you must take so many factors into account. You know, where did they grow up? Did they grow up in a place where everyone eats healthy, or do they grow up in a place where everyone eats KFC? You know what I mean? Oh. Not to mention that we are animals, and that there are certain behaviors we're wired to do, right? At the same time, I don't want to have that kind of mindset, because I don't want people to believe that they don't have control over their lives, right? And I do believe that with the right mindset and with, you know, a lot of work, that you can take a little bit more control over your life and start to make better choices. So on that sense, I do believe in a certain amount of free will, but I don't really believe that it's black or white. I just think that it's very complicated, right? You know, there's a reason why, for example, obesity was not an issue until, you know, a few decades ago, right? In the US, for example. It's a new phenomenon. So if it was completely free will and the external factors had nothing to do with anything, then obesity would have always been a problem. It hasn't always been a problem. It's a new phenomenon, which means something has changed externally to make for these people, to allow these people to make these choices that they make now. Right? I was thinking about this the other day. I was walking with Natty. I was just thinking like, yeah, like so many factors I have to take into consideration when it comes to the way that my life turned out so far, you know? For example, my parents, moved us from Korea to Canada. What if I hadn't moved? What kind of a person would I have become? What if we had moved somewhere else? Because they were trying to decide between Canada or Australia or I think New Zealand. So those were like the 3 choices. So they decided on Canada. But what if I had moved to Australia or New Zealand? What kind of a person would I become? And, would I be doing YouTube? Probably not. I don't know. Who knows, right? That's why I just don't really believe in things like someone is good or someone is bad. This is why I don't like the concept of like cancel culture, because I feel like, of course, people should take accountability for their actions and stuff like that. Absolutely agree with that. But to label someone as good or as bad just simply based on like one thing that they did or said online or something they got caught for doing, to me is, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Because so many factors are taken into account when we talk about what kind of a person somebody becomes. No. How was that specific person raised? And, what kind of environment were they raised in? Were they abused as a kid? Were they not abused as a kid? Did they have really strong parents? Did they not have strong parents at all? All of these factors are outside of a person's control. Again, it's always that nature versus nurture topic. But even if you take into account nature and nurture, it's like you can't control someone's nature. And you also can't control, maybe you can, I don't know. But the way that I'm born, I can't control. The place that I'm born in, I can't control. And I also can't really control my nurture, as in like, my childhood, for example, I can't really control my childhood. So then if you think about it, do we really have free will at all? There's some deep conversation over some pizza and wings. So for example, when people look at, somebody that's committed some heinous crimes, let's say a serial killer, right? You look at those serial killers and obviously we look at them like they are monsters and they are the most evil things alive. And like, of course, like the actions that they've done are very evil and monstrous. It's terrible. But then I think to myself, I'm like, 99% of these types of people have had some sort of trauma as a child and also has some sort of mental issue, mental disorder, which is untreated. And that together is like a recipe for disaster. So maybe they were abused as a child, maybe they were physically or sexually abused, and maybe they also had some like, pre-existing mental issues. And again, if you combine those 2 things, it's like, what do you expect to happen almost, And then I think about that and then I think, okay, like what if I had those issues and what if I was brought up in a very, abusive environment? Would I not have committed those crimes? Like, would I not also be extremely troubled and not have empathy? So in that regard, I feel like I do feel bad for them. I feel bad for everyone involved. I feel like it's a sad situation overall. So anyways, that's something I think about. I don't think that, this is why I don't really, again, believe in good or bad. I don't believe that someone could be 100% good or 100% bad, because even if they are 100% good, it's usually because of the fact that they were brought up a certain way. Or again, not always, there are always exceptions, but many times, like more often than not, they're brought up a certain way, and they had a very healthy upbringing and, they had a lot of support around them. And then if it's the other way around, it usually means they were brought up in a very abusive environment and they didn't have any support. So can we really say one is good and one is evil when they didn't have control over how they were brought up? How did this topic come to be? I feel like I want another one, but also I feel like I'm gonna be pushing it if I have another one. I only had 4. I mean, I guess I had half a medium pizza, which is, you know, is that a lot? I don't know. I feel like that's normal. This is for all of you guys that are like, Rose, you eat so much. I mean, I do eat a lot, but to be fair, this is like my first meal of the day. If it was dinner time, I could probably eat like 3 more slices, probably pretty comfortably. It's because it's my first meal, my stomach's kind of shrunk. And I also had wings. Anyways, why am I trying to justify the fact that I had 4 slices of pizza and somehow that's not supposed to be a lot? I don't know. I want to keep talking. I think that's why I want to eat another one, because I'm like, I feel like I need a pizza. Anyways, so that was a tangent. I hope you guys enjoyed that little tangent of me talking about serial killers first thing in the morning. So yeah, I'm quite full, so I'm gonna stop now because I don't want to push it. Oh, by the way, a lot of people are like, oh my god, how do you eat so much? Usually it is the camera angle, guys. So sometimes my food is like here, so it looks gigantic. Do you know what I'm saying? But then if you put it like here next to me, it doesn't look as big. Okay? And that is called an illusion. It's a camera effect. It's a trick that mukbangers use to make the food look bigger. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a very healthy appetite. I've always had a very, very, very healthy appetite. I've always eaten probably more than average. I've always eaten a lot. And also, a lot of people have a misconception that I don't gain fat or that like, oh, I eat so much, but like somehow I'm like not obese or something like that. I don't eat like mukbang style every day at all. I film maybe like 1 or maybe maximum 2 mukbang videos a week. If I did film mukbang videos like every single day, I would most definitely be well overweight, like 100%. Unless like I was eating just the 1 meal a day, which I think to me that would be like, that'd be torture. Okay, just thought I would put that out there. And also I do work out, and also like I try not to eat like super unhealthy food for mukbang videos all the time. I try to kind of like mix it up a little bit so that I'm not like, you know, eating junk food every single mukbang, because I don't want to do that, even though that gets the most clicks. Let's be honest. I'm not some superhuman. Some of these people that do mukbang videos are like superhuman. They don't gain any weight and they eat literally like junk food every single day. But again, just because someone's not like gaining any fat doesn't mean that, you know, what they're doing is healthy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this mukbang video. I hope you enjoyed my little rant. It wasn't a rant. What was it? My little discussion about serial killer. I find these topics very interesting. And if you guys like these kind of like chatty things, then you might like our podcast. So I have a podcast with my friend Daniel. We discuss all kinds of stuff, okay? Like this kind of stuff. Like we like discussing issues and philosophy. Maybe not philosophy, but you know, just things that interest us. And yeah, we do like video versions of the podcast as well, which you can find on our YouTube channel. So you can subscribe to that. We also have a YouTube highlights channel where we just post like small snippets. And of course, we're on the podcast platforms, iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. And we also have a Patreon if you want the episodes early, and if you want also to get a bonus episode every single month. We are aiming to do 1 podcast a week, so stay tuned, and hope you guys are enjoying the podcast for those of you that are already listening. Anyways, I'm gonna pack this up and get on going with my day, okay? Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Anyways, today though, what's another thing we like to do, Daniel, other than talking?
As many of you know, our second, actually probably our first favorite activity, even before talking, is drinking. Okay.
Public service announcement. Please be careful when getting drunk. So I was living in Milan for 6 months, and this was probably one of the wildest times of my existence.
The next thing I know, I woke up on a plane just about to land to Valencia.
And he was like, someone stole my iPhone. And I was like, Daniel, no one stole your iPhone 4.
Got myself tangled in my blanket, was face down on the floor, dry heaving.
The next thing I know, I wake up.
Rose?
I wake up, I open my eyes, and I'm not in my room.